For many, the idea of dogs apologizing may seem unlikely. They destroy our cushions, dig holes in the yard, and sometimes simply cannot resist the temptation to rummage through the trash. As a dog owner, you are probably familiar with these situations. It's clear that each dog has its own personality, often acting impulsively. But does this mean they can distinguish right from wrong? Do they experience feelings of guilt? In this video, we will explore the fascinating question: how do dogs show remorse? Dogs, our loyal and loving friends, are known for their playful behavior, but sometimes they are mischievous. They might choose something they shouldn't, bark excessively, or even cause an accident indoors. However, when they do something they know is not right, their behavior often changes. This change is often interpreted as the dog's way of apologizing. We've all seen that guilty look our dogs give us when they do something we disapprove of. Tail between their legs, head low, and those eyes that seem to beg for forgiveness. This raises the question: do dogs genuinely feel guilt, and can they apologize to us? Firstly, it is important to understand that dogs are incredibly empathetic. They are keen observers of human behavior and emotions. Although they may not feel guilt in the human sense, dogs certainly notice when their owners are upset or dissatisfied, and this awareness affects their actions. While dogs do not experience guilt the same way humans do, their responses to our reactions are revealing. When a dog exhibits behaviors such as avoiding eye contact or adopting a submissive posture, it is often in response to our voice tone or body language. These reactions are more about perceiving human mood than understanding the mistake itself. This ability to read human emotions is part of what makes dogs excellent companions. For example, a dog that appears to feel guilty may actually be reacting to our disappointment or anger. This doesn't necessarily mean they understand the moral implications of their actions, but they recognize the change in their owner's behavior and respond in a way to repair and maintain the bond with their human. Another interesting aspect to consider is how dogs use physical gestures as a way of apologizing or reconciliation. A dog might come up to you and gently touch you, wag its tail, or even bring a toy. These actions can be seen as their way of trying to restore a positive interaction after sensing tension or displeasure from their owners. Each dog, with its unique personality, has a distinct way of apologizing or easing tensions. Some may respond to a reprimand by showing submissive behavior, like lowering their ears, averting their gaze, and wagging their tail slowly, essentially saying, "I get it, I'm wrong here." Others may adopt a more indirect approach, acting distant or even hiding, similar to some cat behaviors. It's as if they are saying, "I need a moment to process this." But dogs do not just recognize their mistakes. Often, they take active steps to repair the bond. A dog might bring its favorite toy not just as a peace offering, but also as an invitation to engage and reconnect. This action is the dog's way of shifting the focus from the negative incident to a positive shared activity, as if they were saying, "Let's get past this and have fun together." When a dog leans gently against you or softly places its paw on you, it is not just seeking affection. These actions are a way of saying, "I'm here for you, and I'm sorry if I upset you." It's a display of trust and affection, an attempt to reinforce the bond that may be at risk. These behaviors are deeply rooted in the social nature of dogs as pack animals. They have developed sophisticated ways of communicating among themselves, and this extends to their interactions with us. When a dog feels that it has disappointed its owner, its instinct is to smooth over the conflict. Here is where the nuances of canine body language come into play. A lowered head, for example, can be an expression of submission, acknowledging that they have disturbed the harmony of the pack. Tail wagging, often misunderstood as a simple sign of happiness, can also be a way of expressing a friendly disposition and the desire to make amends. Dogs also use eye contact in a subtle way. A dog may avoid direct eye contact when it feels that it has done something wrong, as direct eye contact can be considered confrontational in the canine world. However, once they perceive that the mood is lighter, they may engage in soft, affectionate eye contact, often accompanied by a slight head tilt, which can be extremely endearing, and is usually a sign that they are seeking your approval or forgiveness. Before we continue, I have a quick request. If you're enjoying the video, please subscribe to the channel, Give a thumbs up to the video and tell me in the comments if your dog often apologizes to you. I would love to read all your comments. Now let's continue with the video. Now that you know your dog is trying to apologize, what is the best way to respond? Understanding how to react when your furry friend is showing remorse is crucial for maintaining a healthy and happy relationship. When your dog comes to you with those big, apologetic eyes, it's important not to ignore their efforts to make amends. Ignoring their attempts to reconcile can lead to confusion and even stress for your four-legged friend. They are trying to communicate in their way, and they need to know you are listening. Acknowledging your dog's apologies doesn't need to be complicated. A simple, calm response can do wonders. Speak to them in a soft and soothing voice to let them know it's all okay. This type of positive reinforcement helps them understand they are on the right track. A bit of gentle petting or a loving scratch behind the ears can also be very effective in showing that you accept their apologies. In these small moments of calm, you reinforce the bond between you and your dog. What about treats? Treats can be a great way to reward your dog, but it's important to use them wisely. If your dog has just knocked over the trash can and then comes to you with a look of remorse, giving a treat immediately might send mixed messages, suggesting what they did was right and they might repeat it. Instead, wait until they have calmed down and are displaying good behavior before offering a treat. This way, you're rewarding positive behavior, not the mistake. However, dealing with your dog's apologies isn't just about the immediate response. It's also about long-term communication. Teaching and guiding your dog to understand what is acceptable and what isn't is crucial. If your dog has a habit of chewing shoes, for example, responding to their apology by redirecting them to a chew toy can help them learn what is appropriate to chew. Consistency is key. Dogs learn best in routine and clear expectations. Mixed signals can cause confusion, so make sure your responses are clear and consistent. If jumping on the couch is a no, it should always be a no, not just sometimes. This consistency helps your dog feel secure and understand the boundaries within your home. Lastly, patience is crucial. Remember that dogs are not humans and do not always understand our rules immediately. It takes time and patience to teach them. Responding with kindness and understanding to their apologies while maintaining clear and consistent boundaries will help your dog learn and grow in a loving environment. Even though you know that dogs can apologize to people, I'm sure you're wondering if there's evidence that they can do this among themselves. When we talk about dogs apologizing among themselves, it's a bit more complex than our human understanding of an apology. In the dog world, their interactions are governed by a set of social rules and behaviors that may look like apologies to us, but actually mean something different to them. For example, when a dog shows submissive behavior to another, like lowering its head or exposing its belly, it's not exactly saying, "I'm sorry." Instead, it's communicating respect for the other dog's social position in the hierarchy, or trying to calm a tense situation. These submissive gestures are part of a broader body language that dogs use to interact among themselves. They can have different meanings depending on the context. A dog might lick another's face to show respect, seek attention, or even initiate play. Likewise, a dog that lies down belly up may be saying, "I'm no threat to you," and not necessarily expressing remorse. Dogs also use vocalizations in their interactions, like growling, barking, whining, and howling, each conveying different messages depending on the situation. Understanding this complex system of communication is crucial for dog owners. It helps us to interpret our dog's interactions among themselves more accurately and to intervene appropriately when necessary. For example, knowing the difference between playful activity and a real fight can prevent misunderstandings and injuries. In summary, understanding your dog's behavior is key to building a stronger and more harmonious relationship with your furry friend. Taking the time to learn why they act the way they do, especially when they're trying to apologize, can really change the dynamic between you. It all comes down to creating a dog-friendly environment where both you and your pup feel comfortable and understood. Plus, familiarizing yourself with your dog's peculiar habits can help you make adjustments that keep them happy and comfortable. Remember, your dog usually wants to live in harmony with you, and if you have a strong bond, you'll find they have fewer reasons to apologize in their unique way. We often have busy days and need to leave our dogs alone at home. Did you know there are things you should avoid at all costs when leaving your dog alone at home? In this video on the screen, I address exactly that. 9 things you need to avoid when leaving your dog alone at home. Click on the screen and continue with me in the amazing world of dogs.